Hey guys, Lord here, back again with another action figure review. Today I'll be taking a look at the DC Multiverse Batman Hush Edward E. Nygma, aka the Riddler, brought to us by the fine folks over at McFarlane Toys, who were the main fine folks despite the fact this guy has one major flaw holding him back from me liking him as much as I would like to, and that is, of course, the stupid 90s hair. Don't get me wrong, I love Jim Lee as an artist, no homo. But sometimes he goes a little heavy-handed with the hair. And in this case, yeah, Edward E. Nygma's got some whack hair going on. Looks like he's about to go to Hot Topic and, well, shop in the emo section. Then again, isn't Hot Topic an entire emo section? Either way, before we get too far ahead of ourselves, why don't we cut right to the chase and get into the meat and taters of this review and take a look-see at all he has to offer in terms of accessories, starting off with collectible trading card, bio on the back. It says here that Riddler is one of the crappiest Batman villains, and if you argue against Overlord, you will be shunned. Alright, cool. That said, he kind of is. He's just a guy that hides and literally leaves clues on how to defeat him. It's kind of stupid and possibly narcissistic. I don't know. But his only other accessory is a shtick with a question mark on it. Woo! It's a fine cane. It's not as gummy as the Jim Carrey Riddler cane, so I do appreciate that. Would have been nice to get, I don't know, a hand that's not open for this side, but I digress. He does have the stand. And he does have the blasted Three Jokers body, which I'm not a fan of because you can't put the freaking arms down. This is like Randy from A Christmas Story. I can't put my arms down! And that just sucks. I don't know. I just find it stupid that he's got one arm up here, like out to the side, and then he's got one arm like that's pretty flush. It looks ridiculous. I don't get the appeal of this body at all. Like, there is no appeal for me. Even taking the caps out doesn't really help. So, hopefully we get a Riddler on, like, the newer Joker body, maybe with these legs. That would work a lot better. But let's look at that. Let's look at all this hair. Is that even possible to have the hair hanging out like that? I don't know. It looks ridiculous. If it weren't for this bit in the front, I could probably live with it. But this bit in the front is what's really killing it for me. It looks so stupid. Like, if McFarlane wants to take creative liberties, which, you know, I'm not saying they should or shouldn't. This would have been one of the times where it would have been okay to just give him, like, a clean-cut head sculpt. And just get rid of all his excess hair. That would have been fine. Like, just take the DC Classic Riddler head, put a hat on it, you're done. I don't need all this hair. It looks ridiculous, but as far as his articulation goes, his head will rotate all the way around. Snap his neck, now he's dead. You can look up and down. You can tilt pretty far. I mean, he's got good tilt there. He does have like an old withered neck, which is, I guess, out of character for him, but I don't know. You can't even really see it. Shoulders pop out, back down, they rotate around. He does have the beautiful butterfly rotator cap thing, which doesn't offer a lot, but it does offer a little. He does have a bicep swivel. He does have double elbow. He also has ball hinge wrist. And yes, you can have him hold his cane in a cane holding pose. I was able to do it earlier. Diaphragm joint is some weird segmented crap. Like, you can rotate him up there, and you can rotate him like down here or somewhere, but I honestly can't even get to it, so is it even worth it? Probably not. Yeah, there's something in the waist, but I can't get it to do anything, so I'm not going to. Hips will kick out as much as the diaper will allow. Kick forward and back. Thigh cut is there. He actually does have one. Again, it's an innie more than an outie. Double jointed knee. Not too bad on the chunkiness. Then we do have ball hinge ankles that will hinge up and down and rotate with a rocker and the toe joint. So, not bad. but not great. I think if he had the head I wanted, or an alt head with way less hair, this would be like the perfect Riddler for me. Because my favorite Mattel Riddler is the Hush looking one in the suit. That's the way I've always gone when it comes to Riddler. Anything else, it just doesn't look right to me. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. There. Don't say I don't do nothing for you. He can hold his cane like a cane. Isn't that nice? It ain't perfect, but it ain't bad. So, there you go. But hopefully we'll get another Riddler with shorter hair. Built like this guy in the future. I mean, we got one more year of this license left, and judging by all the repainted and reused bodies on characters, I wouldn't put it past him to do something like that. So, with that being said, I think it is time now that we move right along and take a look at some size comparisons. First up, here is good old Edward E. Nygma, aka the Riddler, and his stupid wackadoo haircut, alongside the other figures available in this DC Multiverse wave. We have good old Jonathan Crane, aka the Scarecrow, as well as Barbara Gordon, aka the Batgirl, and, well, he falls somewhere in the middle, even with his hat, so there you go. Maybe if he didn't have that stupid hair, he'd be a little shorter, but I digress. Getting these two out of the way, though, so we can make way for our two regulars, the Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibilith, and the infamous Spawn, who is actually about neck and neck with old Riddler there. I'm pleasantly surprised by that. So, with that being said, it's time now that we wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, and from the neck down, this is arguably one of the better Riddler figures in the life of the DC Multiverse line, but there's one thing Boy Overlord cannot stand, it's that gosh darn head sculpt. At least the hair sculpt. It's too much hair for good old Edward E. Nygma, in my opinion. He always has a very clean-cut hairstyle, and this just seems too far off the beaten path for me. So I'm hoping that at some point we get a reissue of this guy with a more clean-cut head sculpt. Still with the hat, still with the mask, and even the cane, but lose that 90s style mullet for crying out loud. So, with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this review. Until next time, I'll catch you guys later.